We're nearing the end of Paris Fashion Week, and today we'll be discussing Saint Laurent, Chanel, Celine, and Alexander McQueen. Our Style.com team in the field will be weighing in as well. I'm Matthew Schneier, Deputy Editor of Style.com.
I'm Marina, Larroude, Market Director at Style.com.
And this is Front Row Unfiltered.
Matt, being in Paris for 36 hours, how it was the Chanel show?
It was great, Marina. It did not disappoint. Carl this season managed to hit on both everything people are talking about this fashion season and his usual Karl Lagerfeld way, everything they're talking about in the broader culture. Chanel is a grab bag, as it's always going to be with 90 looks, and I think Karl managed to hit everything we've ever mentioned.
You'll never be able to look at Art Basel with the same eyes ever again after that Chanel collection. He just understands the illusion of fashion so much more perfectly than anybody else.
What do you think about the 255 bags, like all hand-painted? Do you think that this is like a do-it-yourself project, or do you think this is something that like clients are going to rush to the Chanel store to get one themselves?
I think you have to be pretty confident if you want to DIY your Chanel.
Add your names to the wait list, girls.
And Amber, why don't you tell us about the makeup look Peter Phillips created for Chanel? I know that's your beauty look of the day.
He essentially was using cakes of color backstage, really vibrant contrasting colors, outlined in black, almost like the frame of a painting, and the nails were also done in Chanel black satin to kind of act as a frame to those bold colors that were used and kind of slashed across the eyes with a brush.
There was also a sort of graffiti influence at Celine, but in a different way than we usually expect. Apparently Phoebe Philo was looking at Versailles photos, sort of taking details from graffiti seen on these old Paris street scenes.
The way that Phoebe Philo paired the looks together, the mix of prints, it was definitely like a very rich collection for Phoebe and totally different from all of her work from the past.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Marina. I thought it was cool, it was decorative, it tread its own path as she's wont to do, and I'm sure we'll see many people following in those footsteps.
My accessory of the day is the Celine bag, totally French. It looks like a football bag that it's mashed up in your hands.
We've got French.
We have it again, girls. This time around, it comes full of texture. It has the fringes. It's in multicolor, and I especially like the one that it's white and orange.
You know, Marina, one thing that I took away from this whole fashion season is just how strong the concept of kind of tribalism in fashion is. It's very easy for girls now to sort of find a look that they identify with in a runway collection and really sort of join a tribe. The McQueen collection this season had the feel of a tribal warrior. It was feathered, it was graphic, it has these harnesses and almost breastplate-looking things. I mean, it looked fierce. By the same token, you can see this in Saint Laurent as well. You know, there's such a strong look.
I loved Edie's first dress with the super deep V and the pronounced shoulders. I thought she looked really sexy, and that's not a vibe I get from her usually.
If you were looking for LBD, one shoulder dress done in like multi-prints or lame, you go to Saint Laurent. You know, you have to be young, you have to have great legs to wear those outfits. It's definitely a collection for the younger clientele
or the older clientele who's ready to work for it.
So Matt, since you were there, do you have an Instagram moment of the day for us?
I do. It's a model with two sweaters, one tied around her shoulders and the other tied around her waist backward. Nothing says Paris style like a sweater knotted jauntily about the shoulders, so why not add one around the waist too?
And finally, our street style of the day, it's uber chic Ludivine Poisblanc wearing a Celine outfit that it's going to be so out next season, but this season looks so great.
That's our show for today. Thanks for listening, and join us next time for our grand finale episode where we'll be discussing Louis Vuitton, Miu Miu, and Valentino. Be sure to subscribe at video.style.com and tweet at us or Instagram at #FrontRowUnfiltered.